Have you ever faced a situation where your Vue or Vuex application just doesn't behave the way you expect it to? It can be really frustrating, especially when dealing with complex data structures. Today, we're diving into a common issue: how to restrict Vue and Vuex reactivity for objects that never change. I totally get it. You have an array of objects, like search results from an API, and you want to track changes to the array itself without Vue diving deep into each object's properties. You're not alone in this struggle. Many developers face similar challenges. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, is there a way to tell Vue to track the array for changes like push or splice, but not to track the properties of the objects within it? This is a great question and one that many developers have pondered. So what's the issue here? Vue's reactivity system is designed to track changes deeply, which can lead to unnecessary updates and performance hits when dealing with static data. Understanding this behavior is crucial for optimizing your application. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a more elegant solution than the one you mentioned, which involves splitting data. You won't want to miss it. To restrict Vue's reactivity to only track the array of objects, the user can utilize Vue's reactive system effectively. First, they should create a reactive array using Vue's reactive function. Next, the user should ensure that the objects within the array are not deeply reactive. This can be achieved by using shallow reactive or by wrapping the objects in a way that prevents deep observation. Now, when the user needs to update the array, they can push or splice items without Vue tracking the internal properties of the objects. This allows for efficient updates without unnecessary reactivity. Finally, the user should ensure that when they render the markers on the map, they only reference the array itself, not the properties of the objects. This keeps the rendering efficient. Fun fact, did you know that Vue's reactivity system is inspired by the observer pattern? It's fascinating how these concepts from computer science translate into practical tools for developers. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution proposed by another user involves splitting the data into two parts. They suggest using Vuex getters instead of directly accessing the raw state. The state will hold an array of unique IDs, while a separate cache will store the actual results. In this approach, the results getter maps over the IDs to retrieve the corresponding objects from the cache. The mutations handle replacing and appending results, ensuring that only unique IDs are stored. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. One alternative solution comes from a user who created a fork of Vue called Vue for Babylonians. This version allows you to restrict reactivity on objects stored in Vue or Vuex. With this approach, you can choose which properties of an object remain reactive while keeping the rest non-reactive. This can lead to better performance and allows you to manage large objects easily. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. One alternative solution is to use shallow ref from Vue. This allows you to track the array without monitoring changes to the properties of its objects. First, import shallow ref, then in your mutations, set your object using shallow ref with the payload value. For more details, you can check the official documentation on shallow ref at the provided link. Here's the elegant solution I promised. By using shallow reactive, you can keep your application performant while still enjoying the benefits of Vue's reactivity. This approach is cleaner than maintaining separate caches. And there you have it. You now know how to restrict Vue and Vuex reactivity for static objects. Remember, optimizing your data structures can lead to a smoother user experience. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more tips and stay tuned for our next video.